Hello everyone, I am Kuldeep Daryani and I love to help people become better in their personal and professional life, especially when it comes to the techno-legal profession related to the construction industry. Claims from EPC contractor to the concessionaire and thereafter claims from the concessionaire to the authority. A claim is a request, demand or contention of rights by one party against another for consideration, compensation or payment under the terms of a legally binding contract. Claims can be related to time, cost or quality. In PPP projects, while the concession agreement stipulates approval of EPC contractor from the government authority before the construction begins, rather from the tender stage itself. When it comes to claims and compensation to the EPC contractor, surprisingly, the concession agreement states that EPC claims from the contractors are not payable. This does not stand correct in law as per Indian Contract Act. Sincere and serious documentation is the need of the hour while dealing with the claims. Right from the EPC agreement, correspondence, monthly progress reports, machinery and manpower deployment reports, etc. This needs to be well documented and maintained as evidences to support the claims raised by the concessionaire with the authority. We are now very well aware that a contract is made up of three major parts, which are time, cost and condition. These claims are called as delay damages claims and also as prolongation claims because these are additional amounts spent or incurred on the project by the contractor due to the extended stay at site in form of extension of time granted by the government authority. Delay damage claims comprises of various heads, but it can be divided mainly into three parts. In part 1, these are further bifurcated or termed as 1. Loss due to underutilization or idling of machineries, 2. Loss of overheads, and 3. Additional interest during construction or in short IDC. Apart from these three major claims, there are other claims in part 2 which can be listed as 1. Additional insurance premiums, 2. Additional bank guarantees charges due to extension, 3. Additional interest on mobilization advance, 4. Loss of profit and opportunity losses, 5. Additional independent engineer fees in extended period, etc. Over and above these 8 claims in part 1 and part 2 as highlighted as of now, there are additional claims in part 3, one of which falls in dues category instead of claims, if all relevant notices are served timely by the contractor to the government authority. This may be named as claim number 9, which is damages on account of delayed handing over of land or ROW. Another claim in part 3 is claim number 10, which is interest on delayed payment. Sometimes due to abnormal increase in the time originally stipulated in the contract for construction of the project, it results in abnormal increase in rates of various BOQ items for the core construction. This leads to a major claim of restructuring of rates or revision of rates of key BOQ items. We can term this as claim number 11. Additional maintenance of the project highway is another claim in this part 3, thus making it 12th claim. In BOT toll projects, there are various claims related to tolling, operation and maintenance, which will be elaborated subsequently. Broadly, these are loss of revenue claims for various reasons. In the following videos, we will elaborate more details on other aspects of contract administration. For more details, please visit our website, Daryani's Engineers and Associates Private Limited.